From the day Daniel was born, the village women said he came into the world with restless eyes. His small hands never stayed still, and his feet kicked as though he was already eager to run into trouble. To many people he was simply a child with too much energy. But as he grew, the truth became clearer. Daniel was stubborn. Daniel was wild. Daniel was uncontrollable. His parents noticed it early. While other children calmly followed instructions, Daniel would do the opposite. If they asked him to sit, he would stand. If they asked him to go left, he would run right. If they told him not to touch something, that was exactly when he wanted to touch it. People in the village whispered, "Daniel will give his parents a tough time." And they were right. Daniel's family was poor, very poor. Their house was old, the leaking roof groaned whenever rain fell, and the entire family squeezed around one small wooden table during mealtimes. Most days the food was barely enough. Some days, there was nothing but boiled water and hope. But poverty did not humble Daniel. It only made him angry. He would storm outside, shouting at his parents, "Why didn't you people make money? Why are we suffering? Why can't we live like others?" His mother would hold his hand gently, her eyes soft despite the pain she carried. "My son, things will be better. Just be patient with us." His father would nod quietly, adding, "Daniel, you will succeed. We believe in you." But Daniel never believed in them. Instead, he began doing things that broke their hearts. He stole cassava from neighbors' farms, sneaked into people's compounds, chased women far older than him, and insulted elders whenever they corrected him. Many times, the villagers dragged him home by his ear, complaining bitterly. And each time his mother cried, "Daniel, why are you doing this? You will destroy yourself." But Daniel didn't listen. When poverty tightened its fists, as Daniel grew into a young man, their situation became worse. Hunger became a visitor that refused to leave their home. Some days the entire family ate once, at night, and even that once was not enough. Daniel felt ashamed whenever he saw other boys his age wearing neat clothes or eating well in their houses. He hated the way people looked at him. He hated how his siblings cried at night because their stomachs were empty. One morning, he woke up and made a decision. He would leave the village and search for money. His mother begged him to stay. His father warned him that the world outside was dangerous. But Daniel refused. He packed his clothes in a torn bag and walked away. His parents watched him go with heavy hearts, praying for him every single day. City life was not easy. Daniel suffered. He slept on hard floors, carried heavy loads for people, and worked small jobs that barely paid. But he didn't give up. He saved every coin he could and eventually rented a tiny space where he started a provision store. It wasn't big, but it was something he could call his own. Still, deep inside, Daniel was not satisfied. Every day, he saw young boys like him driving big cars, wearing gold chains, living in expensive apartments, and posting pictures online. He looked at himself, dusty, tired, and struggling, and bitterness filled his heart. Why not me? Why can't I live like them? When will my life change? He wanted quick money. He wanted everything at once. And one day, his wish brought him face to face with the biggest mistake of his life. One afternoon, a shiny black car parked beside his shop. The owner stepped out, a young man, bright-skinned, stylish, confident, smelling of expensive perfume. Everything about him screamed wealth. Daniel's heart started beating fast. He rushed to him, greeted him loudly, and forced a conversation. Surprisingly, the young man smiled. They exchanged phone numbers. From that moment, Daniel called him almost every evening. "Brother, please help me. I want money. I want a better life. I want to be like you." The young man would always ask, "Daniel, are you sure you're ready for anything?" And Daniel, blinded by greed, always replied, "Anything. I can do anything." What Daniel didn't know was that the young man belonged to a dangerous group, a group that gained wealth through dark and deadly means. One night, the young man called him. "Are you ready to change your life?" Daniel said yes instantly. They met at midnight. The young man drove him to a hidden place, a huge building surrounded by trees that stood like silent guards. Inside, the air was cold, too cold. The walls were painted black, and the room smelled of burning incense. Daniel felt fear creeping into his bones. Still he followed. They entered a chamber where a man, older and dressed in long dark clothes, sat quietly. The young man whispered, "This is our master." The master stared at Daniel for a long time before speaking. "You want money?" Daniel nodded. "You want the life of luxury?" Daniel nodded again, his heart racing. The master leaned forward. "We give wealth, but nothing comes for free. You must give us something in return. Something precious." Daniel swallowed hard. "What is it?" The master's voice became colder. "Your mother." Daniel froze. His heart stopped beating for a second. He shook his head, tears rushing to his eyes. "No, I love my mother. I can't do that." The master gently drummed his fingers on the table. "If you refuse, your own life will be taken. You have 2 days. Those words chased Daniel all the way home. He couldn't eat. He couldn't sleep. He sat awake, sweating, trembling, thinking of his mother's smile, her voice, her sacrifices. The longest 2 days of his life. His mother noticed his fear. She touched his shoulder lovingly. "Daniel, are you okay? You look troubled." He wanted to tell her everything. He wanted to confess. He wanted to kneel and beg her to save him. But greed whispered to him, "This is your chance. You will be rich. You will escape suffering forever." On the second evening, he sat outside while his mother cooked. The smell of the meal reminded him of their hard years she suffered to raise him. Tears filled his eyes. His mother looked at him concerned. He wanted to say, "I'm sorry," but the words remained trapped inside him. That night, he made the decision that sealed his fate. Daniel returned to the group. He said he agreed. From that day, money poured into his life like rain. He bought cars. He bought clothes. He moved into a big apartment. People praised him, admired him, and followed him everywhere. To outsiders, his life became perfect. But inside something was wrong. Whenever he closed his eyes, he saw his mother's face. Sad, disappointed, hurt. Sometimes he heard her voice calling his name. Sometimes he felt her presence in his room, cold and heavy. He tried to escape it. He partied. He drank. He traveled. But the haunting never stopped. His wealth grew. But his peace disappeared. One night, Daniel had a dream so real he felt the air tighten around him. He was in a dark place. And suddenly he saw her, his mother. She was standing in front of him. Not angry, not shouting, just crying softly. She raised her hand toward him. "My son, why?" Just that one question. It shattered him. He screamed. He fell to his knees. The weight of his decision crushed him from the inside. Before morning came, Daniel's heart could no longer carry the burden. He fell into a deep silence, one he never woke up from. Villagers found him lifeless, lying peacefully as if he had finally stopped running from his guilt. His story spread throughout villages and towns. People cried. People shook their heads. People warned their children. Daniel became a lesson. Greed can blind a person until they destroy the very people who loved them the most. And no wealth gained the wrong way can ever buy back peace, love, or life. If this story touched you, please subscribe for more inspiring videos. Don't forget to subscribe for more emotional and motivational stories. Hit the subscribe button so you never miss the next story.